So I'm Jason Condon. I'm an Associate Professor in Soil Science at Charles Sturt University. Work with New South Wales DPERB as well in all things soil related. Do a lot of work here on acid soils and acid soil management, and we're here at a trial site on lentil production. When it comes to plant performance within a paddock, most farmers will be able to take you to an area within a paddock which is going really well, and there'll be other parts of the paddock where the performance of the plants aren't up to scratch. They're struggling for some reason. And most good farmers will want to know what's wrong with that underperforming patch. Can we diagnose what's wrong? So our first observation is that the plants aren't doing well. We need to go and have a look at why that might be. And as a soils person, soils is a great place to start. Ultimately, to explain plant performance, we need to see what's happening below ground, what's happening within the root zone of the plant. And so there's some basic tools that we need to take with us to get that job done. First up, a garden fork, so we can loosen up the soil and pull out the plant to see the intact roots without breaking them, which is what's probably going to happen if you use a shovel. So garden fork, simple, everyone's got one. The other tool is a dig stick. It's a metal rod with a slot machined into it, and we hit these into the soil and pull them out, twisting them out, pulling it out, so you get an intact soil core. So it's exactly as the profile would be in the ground, but now we've got it. And you can observe how that feels hitting it into the ground, so you'll find hard patches, maybe a hard pan or some sort of physical barrier to root growth. But once you can pull that soil out, you can also see changes, maybe changes in colour, maybe changes in even how roots are growing through that soil. And then we can use a simple pH kit to colorimetrically show the pH, or based on colour change of a dye, to see pH changes down the profile. So this is a lentil crop, and ideally, you know, you'd be out in the paddock when the plants are a little bit bigger than what they are. But even as they are, we can see that there's an underperforming area here. Like there's a lot of variability in the plants, and there's a lot of poor vigor plants or small struggling plants here. So there's obviously something here that is not optimal for these plants. So let's have a look. We're going to dig up a plant, have a look at its roots, and we're going to use the dig stick to see what's happening with the soil. Putting in this fork, I can feel the soil gets pretty tight after about 5 centimetres. So, you know, it's a little bit harder below. So just little bits of information coming back to me about what the plants might be feeling as they're trying to grow through. So we'll loosen up those plants and carefully extract our roots. And there we go. Okay, so we've got 2 plants there. This plant hasn't got very deep roots at all. This plant has got 1 root to go down a reasonable distance. A plant that has a limited root zone is basically trying to pull water just from here, all the nutrients just from here. The faster roots can get down to depth, the greater the soil volume that it's exploiting, enabling to take up more water and nutrients from depth. So if the roots can't get down, they'll run out of water pretty quickly. So there's our root zone from our poor area. Let's do a dig stick. We will simply just push this in as close to the area where the plant is, ideally. Push in and then start hitting. And we know our root zone only went down yay far, so we'll hit this in probably 20 or 30 centimetres if we can. And a little bit of a twist breaks the soil free, and then we pull up using our legs and knees, not our back. And so there's our soil core. Got a bit of organic matter here, and it goes into a red clay. So we'll be able to use our pH indicator now to colour this up and see if pH is a limiting factor. The pH kit has 2 parts. One is an indicator, just changes colour depending on pH. And so we're going to add that to the soil. It will change colour, but you won't be able to see it because you've just added a liquid to soil, so it turns into mud, so it's going to look muddy. It has a white powder. You put the white powder on, it sucks up the colour, and now you can see the colour change. Once you've got the colour change, we then have a colour chart, which every colour represents a pH equivalent to measuring pH in water. And so a lot of soil tests, certainly in New South Wales, in Victoria, you'll get pH measured in both water and calcium chloride. The kit gives you a number equivalent to water. Calcium chloride will always have, for the same soil, it will always give a lower pH number, value, but this is the equivalent in water. So if this was pH 5 in water, that might be 4.4 or something like that in calcium chloride. We're going to use the pH indicator, and we're just going to squeeze that in along the soil. And so that indicator is now reacting with the pH of the soil to change colour, but you can't see it until we sprinkle on the powder. So the powder's inert, it's literally just a white thing that's soaking up colour. So after waiting a couple of minutes, you then come along and simply just match the colour. And so here we go at this zone. So this is sort of that 5 centimetres downish. We've got that pH at about 5. It's certainly not 4.5. So it's about 5. And so that's pH 5 in water, and so in calcium chloride, that's the equivalent of about probably 4.4 or something like that, which is quite acid. So that's probably our limitation there. And when we marry that up with our plant, you can kind of see that these plants are really struggling to get into the soil because of this acidity that's there. And that's why 2 things. 1, scrawny little root system. The other thing to see is that there is no nodules. This is a legume, it's supposed to have nodules on the roots, and there are none present that we can see. Probably acidity is the reason. We need to compare it to a good patch in the paddock now and see if there are differences. Our plants from the poor patch, plants from the good patch, pretty amazing difference. So let's colour up this soil with our indicator. And we can already see the pH. So we're up around that sort of probably 6.5, pH 6.5. So the limitation in the bad patch is this low pH soil, the acidity harming plant growth, stopping rhizobia from being able to form those nodules and make the legume function like a legume. And so we can then take that knowledge now and create a management strategy to overcome that bad area. One of the cool things about this comparison is that you can see the difference. If you had a paddock that was pretty uniform with this constraint, this would be what your plants look like, and you wouldn't actually know you've got a problem. It's being able to compare the bad to the good enables you to work out what production you're missing out on because you've got a soil constraint. So making use of those good and bad patches is really powerful in working out what do I need to improve to get a better production outcome. It's easy to see that simple tools can be used to work out what's the limiting factor in our plants, what's causing this difference between good parts and bad parts within the paddock. So identify the areas, grab your dig stick, your pH kit, garden fork, go out, dig up some plants, have a look at what's happening with the roots, use the dig stick to match that root behaviour to the soil condition to identify what the issues are. And you don't have to be a lone crusader on this. Grab some friends, get some colleagues together and say, well, okay, you've got a great paddock, let's go and have a look at your soil, and then come and have a look at mine. Or, I've got this area, this paddock that's something's not quite right, let's have a look at that together. And so you can actually, as a group of friends or colleagues, farmers, neighbours, you can start working problems out together, because the problems that you face are probably problems that your friends are facing as well. But it's a good tool, a good exercise to do with people and learn from each other and see how your management decisions are impacting the plants that you're trying to grow.